Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to eXtelevision's coverage, ongoing coverage of ESEA-IM Division playoffs. Want to welcome you here. We have two teams called Blockback Mountain. We have Zero Error Gaming. We've got a hell of a match brewing here for you guys tonight. We want to thank you for joining us. My name is Getawhale, and I'm joined here by a lovely lad, a lovely gent who we've had many a fun cast with. His name is Marxist, and I'm happy to be here with him tonight. Hello, sir.
Hey, Getawhale.
How do you feel tonight?
I'm pretty
excited,
exhausted, but I think I'll be good for this match. I can muster myself, watch some of my old-timey teammates in Kosa and Schnell, and see good things. I've watched CJ as well for a while, so it should be pretty fun.
Yeah, Marxist, sometimes I feel like you know everyone in ESEA. You've mentored and played with so many people. But let's talk a bit, I guess, about who we've mentioned our friggin' names already. Let's talk about what we've got. This is the playoffs, like I mentioned. It's ESEA-IM. This is the lower bracket, but that's not saying a whole lot. We have the number 2 and the number 8 seeds from the division. Number 2 is Zero Error, number 8 is Blockback Mountain, and they've proven that they belong here, in my view. They've kind of fought their way through the lower bracket and made, I don't know, I don't want to say they've been breezing through, but Zero Error, for example, they came through by beating the number 1 seed. They knocked off Quantum Hearts in the lower bracket. And BM for their side, they've knocked off the number 5 and number 3 seeds. They belong here. That's my point. That's all I'm saying. I rambled, Marxist.
It's all good. The loser bracket can be really challenging to get through, but so far so good for both these teams, although one will be, well, they'll be donezo after this.
It's true. Let's we got players joining up here, so why don't we do our little rosters and do the roster rundown, and then we can talk about some other stuff. And the first roster I'm going to be looking at is Zero Error Gaming, XE. And so, starting with the scouts, they have Kapow and they have Schnell, and that's their scout pair. Both of these guys are they've been around. Kapow, he's had 2 invite seasons, for example. Schnell played in Maine last season, and I'm sure, Marxist, you'll have some insight into him as well. We have Mangachu, who's we couldn't resist using the image of Manga Dad, his father, who we all learned was so cool at ESEA LAN last year. That was Mangachu's 1 invite season. He's been doing his thing since season 10. He's playing Pocket, traditionally known as a bit of a roamer, but he has his own kind of unique style, and he's kind of a maybe a hybrid style. Boink playing roamer. He has more of a kind of a traditional style of roamer. We have Demo Kosa. Kosa knows how to stay alive. The statistic was just there, and I was too slow to catch up with it. But he's been around since season 7. He's played in Maine. He stayed alive the most, I think, of any demo this season. Rounding out is DBW, who is sort of the more seasoned, or the most seasoned player in this match. She's been around since friggin' season 6, and so she's seen some things. She's tried, tested, and true. Let's move over and look now at Blockback Mountain. We'll get that done, and then you can stop listening to me ramble on about manga dads. We have on the Blockback Mountain side Pi Hero and Chingu scouts. A lot of people are looking to see what Chingu does tonight, because he's known for using unlocks. Some might say abusing. We mentioned the Mackie Trophy, which they used to assign for unlocks. CJ and Cavan, Pocket and Roamer. CJ was among the top 10 fraggers in IM this season. Cavan, for his side, most IM Roamer frags. Demo is Block, and a lot of people will be watching Block this evening as well. He had the most damage of any player in any division this season, which I think is a big deal. Rounding it out, we have Erica, who is, I think, possibly the newest. I think she's the newest player of either of these teams. It's her 2nd season. Helped found this Blockback Mountain team. She plays Medic, and those are the players.
Indeed.
There. So, good night, everybody. No, so those are our lineups, and they match up very evenly, even though they're number 2 and number 8. I think there are strong players all around. Who are you going to be looking at and watching tonight, sir?
Well, I don't know. For my own personal preferences, I'm gonna watch CJ a little bit. I've known CJ and Pi Hero for a very, very long time, and it's pretty neat to see them get this far. I also played with Kosa and Schnell last season in Maine. We shared that pain together, and it honestly doesn't surprise me either. You were talking about Kosa not dying very much. His style of demo, he's an odd duck at demo. He stays alive a lot, and he plays sort of the trappy demo. Pure always used to talk about having gardens of stickies, and Kosa's a bit of a sticky farmer. So we'll see what he does. He may have changed up a little bit for this season, but I know in the past he's been pretty well known for being quite the gardener.
Gardener, yeah. Well, let's look at, we have the matchup of the demos that we're going to be looking at, and I think a lot of this is going to dictate how this match goes. We're looking at the numbers from this season. We talked about Block and sort of his numbers. Looking at his DPM and that, and the frags. Frags for Block was number 3 in sort of among, like, overall, but number 1 for demos, and so he killed it this season. You know, Kosa great as well, but I think a lot of people are talking about this map, and they're wondering, Marxist, what kind of an experience are these demos going to have on this map, and specifically on the mid rollouts? Because, you know, traditionally in the past, Granary has been a map where the mid rollouts and a lot of the map are sort of dictated a lot by the soldiers, and really ruled and dominated by soldiers, and not the demos at all. But in recent seasons, we've seen both in Euro and in North America, we've seen sort of some of these stronger demos who can make a difference on mids. What's your take on it all? Is it a demo map, or is it not a demo map?
I'd say it's still not a demo map, but the advent of the booties has helped a little bit, maybe for getting out there a little bit quicker. My rule of thumb for Granary and demo is basically, if the mids happen quickly, if you're doing a fast strat like a double bomb or a lot of scouts rushing, the demo's not really gonna, particularly depending on which door the demo comes out of, you're just not gonna get much done at mid, because it's basically gonna be over after you shoot 3 or 4 stickies, and unless you absolutely wreck someone with those 3 or 4 stickies, your hand has already been paid.
Yeah, one thing that comes to mind that I'm going to be looking at is the play style of these two teams, because as a whole, the teams do play a little differently, and Zero Error Gaming are sort of known for playing more of a sitting back kind of style, more of a safe style, we can put it that way. They don't move a whole lot unless they have advantage, and so one thing that they do is they run some sniper plays, sometimes bonk plays, things like that at times, to try to create those advantages. But unless they have an advantage, they're sort of passive. And so I'm wondering, is Blockback Mountain going to play and try to maybe abuse that a bit?
Yeah, this map play into passive strats sometimes, mainly because the mid can have a tremendous influence over the whole game. They used to say this map was really swingy, and basically what that means is if you lose mid, you're going to be defending your last imminently, and in a lot of cases, and that puts a passive team at an advantage sometimes when they can manage to sort of get mid, and then they can more or less have their way with you, trying to bore you out of your second, basically.
Bore you out of the second, yeah, that's... all day. I don't know that we'll see that with these teams, because I think these teams both kind of really want it. I mean, this is the playoffs. Remains to be seen. We'll see what they do. Maybe they do want a stalemate. I don't know. Maybe that's the new cool thing to do. Let's talk about what the hell? What else we got here? These guys faced each other in the season, and do you know who won that one, Marxist?
No, I don't.
Zero Error Gaming. They faced each other on Sunshine. CP Sunshine. It was 5-2. And Zero Error pulled that one out. Just for history. So that's a thing.
Yeah, Sunshine is a new map, though, so
right.
I know a lot of people either hated it or loved it, but some teams just aren't going to be as good about dealing with new maps. So I wouldn't take that as a straight sell here, but
right.
for people like Mangachu or Kapow or DBW who have tasted the invite juice at some point or another, may like to go back there, and winning here would, I think, more or less guarantee that, unless a bunch of old people come back and make a bunch of teams and invite all of a sudden, like...
Yeah. Yeah, you know, it's worth noting that 3 players on Zero Error Gaming have invite experience. That's in terms of playing at a higher level than this Blockback Mountain team, but that's not to say anything bad about Blockback Mountain. Talk about what's at stake. This is the lower bracket, so here's what's going to happen. Whoever wins this one, they're going to move on and face Ding Dong Daddy. What a great name that is. The winner of that one is going to move on, go to the finals to face Meat Market, who were the number 7 seed. And that's kind of an interesting story as well, because the number 2 seed, which is Zero Error Gaming, who we see right here tonight, they lost in the first round to Meat Market, who were the number 7 seed. And both of those teams now have kind of made their way through. So I'm wondering, could we maybe be foreshadowing that those teams are going to meet each other in the finals? Who knows? But we got to get through this first. So like I said, the winner of this faces Ding Dong Daddy. And that's a team that Zero Error beat and that Blockback Mountain lost to this season. I'm all about the history tonight, Marxist.
Well, it can give you a pretty good idea of what things go on around IM, because basically the journey in the IM Graveyard of Dreams is you'll try to scrim the lower invite teams, and when they're not around, if you're one of these top teams, you'll scrim each other thousands of times.
Right.
So the history on the mainline maps, again, Sunshine, I wouldn't give a tremendous weight to, but maybe next season I would, but if it's still around. But on the mainline maps, that does give you a pretty good idea, because these teams know each other really well.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and that's a good point. And in these divisions too, well, I mean, a lot of these guys have played together in the past as well. When we talk about sort of history, a lot of these dudes on the XE side, they played in IM in the past. They played on chill to good ratio. I think 3 or 4 of them were maybe in that sort of core group of guys at one time.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, you get to know each other, don't you?
Yeah, but no Dunn, unfortunately. Dunn,
right.
For the history lesson there, Dunn was basically like the prime mover of that team, and sadly he no longer plays.
Yep, so we're waiting for one player to join up. I believe it's Kapow, who's updating or doing something. A couple of, I guess, just some other players we can talk about. I only just briefly went through the lineups at the start, but Pi Hero, that's one player that some people are talking about as well as they do their predictions, and as we're looking at this one, because Pi Hero was tops for frags and IM for among scouts, I believe, and just had a fantastic season. And so you see some of the numbers there that Pi Hero, I don't know. I mean, I read the reactions on the forums, and people either love these players who are good or they hate them. Some people say, they're going to say, oh, Pi Hero's going to dominate, Pi Hero's going to do crap. I guess it just depends on if you're a nice person or a mean person.
Well, Pi Hero's been around for a while. He came up through the newbie mixes that happened a while ago. I don't remember if it was like 2 years ago, something like that. He's been around. And he always was kind of lackluster. Not to insult him, I know Pi Hero, he's on my friends list, so I could talk a little trash about him. He was always kind of lackluster, but he worked really hard. I think on my YouTube channel, I've done a couple demo reviews of Pi Hero, and I talked to him several times, and I know he got mentoring from people who actually know how to play Scout at some point, and it's good to see him have a breakout season finally, where he's sort of uncontroversially good.
Thinking of other people, other players people might be looking at. People watch Mangachu a lot. I mean, he is a well-known streamer, certainly, and we all met his chill dad at the last ESEA LAN, which was great. But you know, he's talk about his style a little bit. He is going to be pocketing, and in the past he has roamed. I don't know if you'd call it. What would you call his style? I use the word hybrid, which I don't think is right. But what's your view? Talk about Mangachu a little bit and the way he plays. Well, I think we're getting ready to go live, but yeah.
Yeah, there's another. We got our maybe a Kapow sub coming in. I don't know exactly what they're talking about, but we'll see. Yeah, Mangachu can be an odd player to have to deal with because he can jump quite well. And he also likes to do a lot of the hiding stuff. I have also seen him, when playing Pocket, play a very traditional, very the term for it, if it'll help the viewers, the final boss Pocket, where basically everyone dies, right? Everyone else on the team is a Koopa. And then they'll eventually find Mangachu, who is Bowser, the final boss.
That's an interesting way to put it. I've never heard it put that way, but that's, yeah, there you go. We all know Mario Brothers, right?
Yes. I've seen him do that several times in the past. So, well, I don't know exactly what they'll plan to do for Granary. In the past, he's done a lot of work on Roamer here, and Boink at LAN was on his team in AG seasons ago. He was one of their primary players at that LAN, so Boink's got his soldier chops as well. So this, I would say, just for my own little moment of pontification, that the Boink and Mangachu combo on this map is going to be really frightening.
Yeah, certainly we'll be waiting to see who has an amazing night and who was a less amazing night, or maybe everyone will be unbelievable. We have some players readying up. We're just waiting for the 12th. Again, if you're just joining us, this is eXtelevision. My name is Getawhale. His name is Marxist, and we're pumped up. It's ESEA-IM playoffs. It's playoff time. It's exciting. And Marxist is already exhausted. We haven't even started yet, right? You're just so fired up. That's the reason.
Yeah, it'll be good. Also, I may be wrong, but I think DBW is playing from Austria right now. I could be wrong about that.
Ooh, 146 ping. Certainly not ideal.
I know periodically she goes there, so I think she has family there, some such or the other, but that may be a little bit of a factor, but other people have played Medic at ridiculous ping and been okay, so we'll see. Looks like they're picking colors, Getawhale.
Yeah, we have some aliases, and so just real quick, Quas, I believe, is Kapow. Carl is Confident Carl Schnell. You want to take the first mid, watching blocks, sir?
Yes, I will. So I'm going to try and track down Block here as we go through our resets. There he is, so we'll see what this rollout looks like. The Granary rollout has some little nuances to it. And seasons ago, actually, these doors were the death of every demo because they wouldn't open. It was a strange problem. Oh, no fall damage there on the first jump, so that's nice to see. Are we gonna take fall? Oh, we take fall damage there, so a little bit of marred. Gonna shoot his first sticky over. Gonna throw another up top. Not seeing anybody yet. Oh, there we go. So there's both scouts. Does good damage to the scouts right off the bat, so that's great for the mid. That's Block having an effect here. But we're going to see some players get turned to meat, Getawhale. And it looks like, well, I don't know anymore. That Red is going to get the cap here. It's Block, and Quaz. Scout v Demo. And the Demo wins! It's never happened before in the history of humanity, but the Demo man wins.
I was wondering if we're going to have one of those bizarre everyone dies at mid double wipe situations, but we're not. So look at this guy. Block stays up. He's going to stick the door up. It was a very interesting mid. You called it perfect, sir, but I don't know. Block went looking for damage up on Cats, and he didn't really get it. Still, BM pulling it out, so good job for BM in the red. Both medics were lost, so we get to reset here and sort of think about what's going on. And I think a lot of this match is going to depend on the flank play. Some people were sort of looking out for that on forums, and so we'll see how it develops on this Granary map as we get going. But just holding down their flank now is XE.
Yeah, I really like this. As a player, I really like this part of Granary because there's a lot of opportunity for moving things around. It looks like they're going to more or less just chill until Uber is the thing, and then try and do whatever their emotion is. Also, I mentioned this earlier to you, but Kosa is running those cannonballs.
Well, there we go. Loose cannon, so something to look at. I didn't know about that. I don't know. Tell us in chat, what do you think of the decision for loose cannon? I didn't think we'd see it on Granary of all maps, but we'll see how Kosa rocks it. Also, give us your predictions in chat if you haven't already. Tell us who you think's going to win. We see some tricky little sticks going here by Kosa, just sticking up the tire on the wall, the hubcap. See if that plays through. A lot of little sneaky spots for the demos to throw stuff. Chucking some cannonballs there as well. Just kind of feeling each other out, I think, right now. I tend to think of these first rounds as just sort of, you know, not warm up, but just kind of feeling each other out.
Yeah, especially with your season on the line, where you're probably donezo if you lose. That's, it's, people tend to take things carefully, but Boink is going to go down to Pie Hero, the sad life of the roaming soldier over there in the lunchbox, so they're going to move in.
Yeah, Uber comes in through lunchbox. They sent almost everyone, and so Blue Med's going to back out. I kind of like that play. You don't see a lot of Ubers coming in that way, but it looks like they're going to... Blue is down 2, and they're thinking about defending, but look at this. Soldier's in. I don't know how DBW stayed alive on the 1, but finally getting cleaned up. It was Chingu getting the kill. Real good position here now. Oh, but coming in on Erica. Jeez, making a play on Erica, who stays up with 50 HP. Looks like this one's going to go the way of BM.
Yeah,
so
that was a solid play.
Number 8, what? They don't care. They pulled it off. This goes to 5, obviously. We're going to watch the other demo on this bit. And we'll be checking out Kosa. He of the loose cannon. No big deal so far. I think that a little bit of these maps do depend on the mids. Kosa going right side is going to go down low, same as last time. So not going to be susceptible to the damage up on Cats. Going to try to block off that right side, but here comes the soldier right away, and that's Cabin taking out Kosa. So much for Blue Demo. Chingu's on point. He's at 10. He may go down. Soldier's now taking the crates. We have everyone down on BM but 2, and that's a full team wipe. And so this mid going the way of XE. And I think a lot of it perhaps... Well, I mean, the demo Kosa did great stuff and did well to stay alive. But what'd you see on that mid, sir?
Yeah, Kosa went down right away, so that should have really been the kiss of death for Zero Error. But they managed to hold it together. They kept their medic up a very long time as well, hence why DBW has a disadvantage right now.
Yep.
So I think that was just kind of a blown mid from BM there, where they didn't really move through off of the fact that they'd killed the demo right off the bat. But now we're at that wonderful spot on Granary that often confuses caster and player alike.
Right. Yeah, one thing, just to finish off on the mids, I talked about, are we going to see some crazy demos dominating the mids? I haven't really seen that. I've seen sort of more just traditional mids in terms of how all the classes are playing. Neither demos really reaching out and seeing a lot of good soldier play so far. But I'm just watching Kosa because, you know, I just want to see this kind of plays. I want to see double donks, Marxist. I want to see donks all day for the rest of the night, and that's the way that I feel.
In Mumble, when we would play, when he would get the donk, he would just yell donk very loudly in probably the most excited possible way. So hopefully he's sharing that joy with his other 5 teammates now. But it looks like we're trying to push up a little bit in the garage. The scouts are here. And usually when you've got scouts running around buffed in the garage, that means they might try to run to the left. But there is quite the little sticky garden there from Block, so I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah, Kosa backing out a bit, took a big pipe Didn't get the donk he was looking for. But yeah, right now we have one of those moments, one of those times, and I haven't seen any off-classing yet by either side. And we talked about it in the pregame, if we're expecting any kind of off-classing, it's probably going to be zero error, but we don't know. Maybe we'll see some crazy plays as well by BM. And BM, just to remind anyone tuning in, they're up 1-0, as they say in Europe. We got that lovely scoreboard there. Yeah, one of these moments here on Granary, sir. Some people, they don't like these moments.
Well, this a little thing I saw is on the flank side for Blockback isn't getting buffed very often, particularly Cabin. So if they manage to run a scout through on him, he may meet his end. Also, I saw Erica suffer the fate of all the medics, where when you're standing out in this yard like this, it's really hard to find a good place to stand.
Zero
or you're
error
not
looking
just gonna get hit.
I don't know. Looked like Zero error were looking to take their Uber out. I got faked out by DBW. He just traded Boink for Pie Hero. That's a soldier for a scout. But still, I don't know. I see DBW jittering all around there. She's trying to... I don't know. I really am feeling... I'm feeling something's going to happen soon, Marxist. It has to, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, the Boink play got blown. He didn't get a force, so that pretty much meant that they were never going to push.
Right.
But we might see something else try. Let's see what we got going. Nah, I don't know that they'll do that. I don't know. I would go ahead and just try and force this through. They can get pretty decent damage over here, and they've spread red out a lot.
Yeah, Boink wants it too. It talked a little bit about too how he's sort of he's a very textbook roamer. He does the roamer role, sort of to the book, to the page when it comes to bombs and forces and those sorts of things. Just kind of waiting for his moment, I think, right now. He already sacked in once, and he's back again. Got his full buff,
They know where the medic is, so I don't know. But apparently we've got a little bit of problem with Quaz's internet as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Quaz is Kapow, I believe. Kapow's who we were waiting on at the start of this to get going. Boink is out there. He's getting a lot of rockets off and a lot of damage. He's got to pick up ammo. That's how long he's been here on this life.
Yeah, it's sad days when the roamer has to get ammo.
Yeah, it really is. So the roamer grabs his ammo pack. We obviously have sticks on both sides here, I imagine. Boink's just getting sick of it now, and he gets deaded there, looked like, by the trap. Boink, I think, is feeling what perhaps I and many viewers are feeling is like it's time to do something. But he got taken out. So wondering now, are BM going to act on this advantage? They're thinking about it. They're starting to swarm here. Let's watch BM in red. But maybe not. I mean, Block's just setting up traps, so I don't know what he's expecting here on the left side. Maybe expecting someone's going to try to come in on the med or come in on him. So,
yeah, in that moment, it's a pretty decent time to countersack something, because Boink's going to have to do a lot of rocket jumping to get to where he needs to go, and he won't have crit seals when he gets there.
Right.
So, like, even if he shows up, I guess we're going to drop. That'll be the end of Confident Carl, aka Schnell.
Yeah, Schnell took a big pipe there. Block obviously been practicing on. He's been playing TR Walkway, I'll tell ya. I don't know what that means. Takes a loose cannonball. It looks like both teams. I mean, are they getting impatient? And here we go at mid. I don't know if anything's going to come out of this because we have BM now retreating. Is this just going to be an even nullified Uber moment? Mango's coming around back.
Oh yeah, they're wrapping left, it looks like now.
Yeah.
And we see Cabin go down to Boink. Boink's already up in the lunchbox, I think, so that's going to be the end of holding the yard for Blockback. And they're going to lose Chingo 2 to Boink, so that's a 2K for Boink there. That's going to be a second push, and really, in my opinion, I'd keep going. You got that one guy down. Try and go get another one. That looks like what Boink's to do. He's going in.
They need their heals. Mangachu was at 25. They had someone else at 40, but they want it. They don't want to wait. I'm wondering, did they wait too long? Mangachu picks out a frag on the pipe, which was great, but he's still up there, and he might crater. That's it for Mangachu. Down to 3 players, and I think with only just the scouts, it's time to get the hell out, and that's what DBW will do.
They're going to yoink, but they have Uber advantage, and they have Uber right now. They can block the point. So if this scout here can manage, there's the demo down. So I think, yeah, this is Kapow. He's going to take out the roamer and the demo.
Golly,
we've got a good time to push now, Getawhale.
Yeah, really good. Kapow showing some of that experience coming in. I can't call it experience, it's just flat out DM. He's looking for the scout now. Soldier comes in. They may be targeting Kapow a little bit, but it looks like Blue are going to pull this one off, and suddenly it's a tie game, 1-1. Really impressive how Xero pulled off that wrap play, and we're going to check out this newfangled futuristic third, what do you call it? Bird's eye view, eye in the sky. We're going to go to the eye in the sky for this mid, and we're going to see, I expect, the soldiers kind of dominating it. I'm watching Boink personally. Let's see how this one plays out in terms of team positioning. We have the lovely bars here. Shout out to Gentleman John for these lovely add-ons. And yeah, right off the bat, I'm looking at, let's see what we have on crates here. Blue Soldier still up on crate, is making a, oh, he takes him out. That's Cabin going down, Block going down, Pyro down. It's only Erica left. Maybe it's time to hit the kill bind, Erica, I don't know. She's in Lunchbox chilling out, but give that one handily to XE, who's going to finish off the wipe there.
Yeah, and this is one of those swingy bad situations, because you've already got Kosa standing on your last, doing damage to your team. So they're not going to be able to effectively contest second. Erica's going to be dead until right this instant. There we go.
Should have hit the kill bind, right?
I don't...
What do you think? It was kind of close in that situation, but maybe... I mean, I don't
think that Lunchbox was necessarily the best place to go. No. But, yeah, that... In that situation, you want to try to get out with that much Uber, because at least in my opinion, it's it's risk versus reward. In that, I'd take the risk because you've got over 50% Uber. It's kind of handy. Plus, the guys on XE DBW died at mid. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
So you would have had Uber advantage. You could have taken second back.
So we got Blue Ubering in. They went straight for Erica, who goes down right away. Kapow is down as well. Watching Kosa, who's trying to put out a lot of damage, using those cannonballs. Doesn't get the kill, actually. It was Boink who picked off the kill at Chingu. Throwing down sticks now is Kosa, who wants to just seal this now. He's got 4 HP, but he wants to seal this last point. I don't know if they can do it. Right now, it gets picked up by the medic, and it's going to get on it. And that will be it for XE. Xero picks it up, and we're looking at 2-1. Remember, we go to 5. Who do you want to watch this time, Marxist? Surprise us. Surprise the viewers at home.
So I think we'll go ahead and give a quick shout out to my old-timey friend and watch Confident Carl, because I do rather like some of Schnell's plays here. So we'll probably, it looks like we're going straight up top. So we're going to run an up-top mid that's good for blocking soldiers. He's not going to take damage right away. It looks like we're running the old pistol strat on the demo over there on BM, shooting the soldiers, but we're going to lose Confident Carl first. And CJ's going to go down, Chingu down. Erica's going to kill Mangachu with our crossbow bolt. Going to die finally to a scout. And it looks like we're going to... My hero's trying to do something with 1 health, but... no go there. They really needed to clean up DBW or kill her. She was on the point, and you can't let that happen to you, because we're going to see another quick push to last here. I would say almost immediately, and there's not a whole lot that Blockback can do about it.
Kosa's still up, and Kosa's just so good at... I mean, he's run his rollout at the same time. He's just gone lower every single time. Do you eventually catch on? You know, should BM be catching on to this and maybe trying to, I don't know, trying to meet him there at mid or something like that? They're going to come in with Uber. We'll address that in a second. Here's the push. They flash it off now to Kosa, who's going to try to clean the pipes up if he can. Heavy at last, and targeting that Heavy is Kosa. Heavy's still up. Scout cleans him up. Kosa now just going to, you know, light the fuse, and this looks like it. Oof. Soldier gave it his best shot. That was CJ. The cannonball kill, we're looking at 3-1. Yeah, I've seen Kosa do the same thing every mid. And it's interesting to me. We talked at the start of the game, or in the pregame, how Kosa stays live so well. Not really taking risks at mid. And indeed, this XE team, they're kind of playing it safe, aren't they, at their mids? That's what I've seen anyway.
It's a pretty standard play to get a while. I don't know. as far as countering Kosa, I don't know that he's really doing a whole lot. And like, he's not the thing that's wrecking Block at these mids, and they did kill him right off the bat, and it made absolutely no difference whatsoever in the outcome. It feels to me like, from watching these mids, they lose Erica, and the reaction to kill DBW after that isn't strong enough. Like, for me, in little Marxist world, as soon as your medic dies at mid, you must kill their medic. It doesn't matter what you're doing, you have to kill their medic or you're going to lose the round. And they're not getting on DBW very quickly. And DBW's actually pretty impressed with what she's doing here, because a lot of medics have taken to playing this really passively, but we're gonna go live. So I'll be interrupted.
Yeah, well, let's. I'm still on the Kosa cam, so you know what? I'm just gonna stick with him and see. It will probably be a lot similar, but gonna check and see. And he's taking a lot of damage, as a matter of fact. He's actually rolling out left side here now on the red side. Grabs his pack. Neither of the demos have been really sort of, you know, ruling the skies, so to speak. Staying down low. It's been mostly these soldiers. The scouts. I'm watching actually on the blue side. The scouts have been doing a lot of work. Pi Hero and Chingu. Chingu picks out Mangachu, the soldier. Pi Hero's coming in on the other soldier. Pi Hero's still up, but going down there as just too much for this BM team. XE were sort of ready. DBW does go down, so certainly they'll have to build it back up, but zero error. Making zero errors, as they say, on that mid. Can I be so bold?
Well, they did
That's
lose
probably
their
not
medic.
true, but
They
I just
lost
wanted to
their
see
medic.
it.
You can't.
Yeah, right.
It's not an ace. So
that is an error. Yeah.
We'll
I just wanted to repeat that. Someone
the.
in chat said that phrase, and I laughed. Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right. We'll see the thing on second. Don't think we're gonna see anything too weird out of here, but thankfully, if you want to see a longer match here, DBW does get snagged. CJ did a really good job of seeking out that medic to get the not round loss. But
I have a
I'm
weird
seeing
thing
particles.
to look at, though.
I'm seeing particles.
Yeah, they're yellow too. We've got a crits watch in effect. That's red team. They've switched to crits, and they're about to get it. What are they going to do? Do you think they're going to try to kill things?
Well, you can't do anything else with it.
Right. They're coming right out, giving it straight to Kosa first Sting, who misses the first stick. Nothing. Second, third, fourth stick. They had to hand it off eventually to the soldier. It was Mangachu that picked up a couple little kills, but here's the Uber now. And
this is going to be hard to get a whale. It's going to be hard to keep this boat afloat.
Yeah, I agree with you. Right now, Mangachu trying to do what he can. He's got those two little picks he had this life, but struggling. I don't know. Shotty's out now, and he's got only a scout and a medic to deal with. His XE team very thorough and wanting to clean everything up. I'm wondering, though, should they have just been trying to move on to a point there?
Well, they were kind of stuck. They were kind of stuck in that back corner there. There's not a lot you can do, but the crits is on again. So again, we do get Cabin, I believe, again with the crits. He died the first time to it. So that's going to be the end of the round. Too much of the critical Kriegs, quadruple damage going down, and that's going to make it a 4-1 game for zero error.
Yep. Who you got this mid, sir?
Well, let's see. I don't know. I think we'll go with Mangachu. Why
Me too!
not?
Marxist, I knew it!
We'll give the people what they may or may not want.
Yep. 46 health. Let's see what he does.
You talk. I'll stop talking. Go left. It's all good. So we'll see what we do here. The left rollout for the soldier is a little bit slower. He's going to go up. Boink's going to sort of pass off with him. And he's actually going to manage to snag Cabin. A little bit of the granary MGE mid. Going back on around, and here's the medic situation. There we go. It just organically happened there for zero error. And I don't know. It's a 2v2, but Mangachu's only got 9 health. Yeah, that scout eyeballs him. There's no way. And there we go.
Boy.
Pi Hero grabbing himself Kosa, winning the battle like it should be.
He's my Pi Hero. He's got 4 kills on this life, 116. That was impressive. Mangachu a little tear there, but Pi Hero, I guess, just a hair better. Mangachu will have to go hit up the MGE after this, and you know, 20-0 some scrubs. We've got Pi Hero now still alive. Yeah, that was a fantastic mid, and BM a little slow. Certainly they lost everyone, so we're getting back to the point. No crazy shenanigans. Haven't seen any off-classers other than heavies. Haven't seen too much in terms of the unlocks either. I've been watching Chingu. But both using Uber now as well. No crits, no crazy stuff.
Yeah, we did lose Cabin though on the flank side. I'm pretty sure. I didn't watch super carefully what he was doing when he expired. This puts Blue in a little bit of a testy position, but Red's getting aggressive. Yeah, so Red's going to go ahead and push. They did the right thing there, and that's going to get them at least yard. I don't think they're going to go through any further, but they do have the opportunity here if they want to, because there's no one on these doors. Getawhale.
Yeah, that was a flank situation. It was only Chingu on the flank. And it was real good by XE that they immediately picked up on that, and they said, hey, listen, the flank is open, come on in, and that's what they did. So we're at mid here now. Good job by XE working on an advantage. It wasn't a player advantage, but they saw an opportunity and they took it. They came right on in.
Well, with Cabin dead and you're in yard, it gives you a spawn disadvantage, basically, because you're pressed too far forward when for the dead person. So that gave them a pretty clear window to at least get yard back, and they managed to get it without anybody dying. So now we're at this spot where I imagine we're going to see CJ probably kill himself.
Which is great. It's exciting for our viewers, CJ killing himself. Again, I mean, I'm watching Erica here. It seems like both medics are sort of twitching and wanting to do something, but we sat here in this exact moment. Feels like it was years ago now, Marxist, but we had a little stalemate time here earlier in the map. They're coming through right flank, though. Here comes XE. Don't have to pop yet. Soldier comes up top. Still no pop. DBW holding on to it.
Yeah, with no roamer, the force is going to come pretty late here. Mangachu's going to get dropped, and the pop comes out. This is actually a lot worse for Xero Error, because A, their Uber's worse, and they have a man disadvantage on a point they don't have spawn advantage on. So they're going to get pushed out, and I'm hoping that Blockback can get in here. You're going to see he runs out. Kosa the Sticky Gardener tries to plow some new fields, but he can't find anything. Pie Hero's gonna get busted on by Boink, who's running around all crazy like, oh, good. Erica's gonna keep him from escaping. I was gonna have a break with reality.
Kapow gets taken out there. He had a mouthful of cannonballs there a little bit. The cannonball was just kind of working a little bit for Kosa, but we've got the cap going down here now. And the lady in blue, they are going to cap it at BM. Obviously, they are down by a few points. They want to try to take this if they can. Going back to that Uber at mid, it looked like it might have been very fruitful indeed for Xero Error, but they didn't really get any picks. They didn't get anything. We have a sniper, by the way. Watching Mr. Pie Hero on the... He's trying to counter-snipe his counterpart, which is Kapow. Neither one getting the better of that one. A little body shot action. So, yeah, sniper at Granary mid. I'm surprised we waited this long to see this. We're looking at 4-1, but got our two snipers.
Yeah, the thing with defensive sniper is you basically got one shot. Now your one shot's gone because Boink is dead.
Yep.
So now we got to see how they're going to navigate this, because they're probably... This is the death zone for the pocket. CJ wants to get in here, and yeah, he's just got to pop right away. So... Tough situation. Now the Ubers are exchanged. Much better Uber for Xero Error, but they are one down. We're going to see people get yoinked out. Pie Hero can't really manage to get anything else, but Mangachu's going to go down. Pressure on the point. Good play there from that scout. Chingu did a really good job at drew everything back.
Oh,
tons of people going down. There we go.
Kosa headshot. That was a big one as well. Looks like blue. That's it. One really good thing as we see around finally taken back by Blockback. Really kind of smart play. Xero Error didn't make a mistake on that. They knew that they had a sniper holding down the left side, or as they looked at it, it was the right side. They cycled around doors to defend that because they knew that the sniper was looking at the left door. So they played it well. They were smart on the defense, knowing the sniper was up, but still Blockback Mountain taking it. So maybe with renewed confidence, Block comes out and... He's maybe guessing wrong here. He's put his few sticks down, gets a little bit on the scout, but is going to go down right off the bat. That was Kapow cleaning him up. Chingu's going to try to come up the side and force the issue if he can a little bit, going for the one scout. Gaming, who want to maybe seal it right here. Remember, they're only 1 point away from taking it.
Yeah, we're trying to. We will see Erica and Pi Hero get out. They're probably going to manage to get this. I don't think. Yeah, they're not going to be there in time. This Uber's gonna happen, and I don't know how much contesting they're going to do. Erica in danger, but Boink. Yeah, so good play there from Boink to sneak through. I don't think forcing the issue there on that second point was necessarily the right decision, but they don't get punished for it. Boink doesn't manage to take away the medic. Oddly enough, doesn't come back as an off class either, so probably going to see just another bomb in at some point.
Yeah, I give the trophy so far in this run to Kapow and Schnell for having just a killer mid. I think that was a big deal. They were very aggressive, and you know, I think it's important for them to be aggressive because we talked some of the explosive classes on Zero Error. They don't necessarily get right up in faces. They play a little bit back, a little more safer style. So I think that the scouts, Kapow and Schnell, have done a fantastic job of doing what they have to do. And we're looking at Schnell upstairs, who meets a soldier. There he is, and he's going to try to. Oh, he picks him out. So goodbye, Cabin. He's going to go down himself, Schnell. But so we have a soldier scout trade, sir, as Erica with 8 HP finally pops, but. I don't know, a lot of ground to cover here, and cannonballs in the face.
This is bad. This is really bad. You can't push on to second when the other team has Uber. You're just not going to get anything done. They're 1 down now. They're going to see players come in off their left side, and they get in really deep without being contested. The heavy is going to come out. The Fat Man's not having much luck. The Fat Man gets shoddy boom-bodied, and, well, actually, it's going to turn down to a 4v2 now. So it actually turns out okay for Blockback.
I'm shocked though because Erica, oof, she like a meat shot would have taken her out. One good meat shot or one rocket for quite a while there. She was in a lot of danger, but they're somehow going to cap this second, and Erica's going to have it again. I agree with you, Marxist. That did not look good and did not look encouraging. But here we go, Blockback somehow are walking out a second. I don't know.
Yeah, they just the play there from Zero Arrow was just a little sluggish, where they didn't. I don't think they really went in there cohesively. They got great ground, and then they just kind of got pushed back. The second push, like the second wave of the push, never came.
Yeah.
But we're gonna see the stalemate now between mid and second on yard.
Great, so, amazing.
And having mid, the initiative's gonna pretty much be on Boink to do what he's been doing.
I want to point out one thing that we mentioned earlier, which is DBW. We were wondering about her ping. It's 149. She doesn't seem that affected by it. Maybe she's used to playing with 149 ping. I don't know what's going on there, but haven't seen any missteps or misplays by her. She's been playing quite well. Both medics actually been doing all right with their positioning. Maybe a sloppy Uber for each one on each side, but otherwise fairly good. And we're just going to sit here in our favorite little area here. Magich is trying to press the issue. He's coming in, you know, just trying to hold off Garage as much as he can. And we have our stick traps set up.
Yep. And
so how are you doing, Marxist?
Cannonballs coming through. I'd like to see him try and do something here. Like, to be fair, if you wanted to be kind of bad-mannered, for Zero Error, they have the lead, so they could just sit here for 8 minutes.
Yeah, they don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't want to give up a round because that becomes 2 rounds, and that's suddenly you've got it snowballing away from you. So I think that Zero Error, I feel from them what I've seen, maybe not in this stalemating moment, but I think they do want to seal this and just end it right here and now. So just jockeying for position right now. We've got a blue in on the right side, I just saw. Oh, Pi Hero and CJ going down for Blockback. Here comes XE. That's good enough for them.
Yeah, they need to yoink Erica out of here. There's going to be... Oh, yep, she drops Uber.
Boom.
So that's going to be second going down here. We'll see. We'll see. They need to get... There we go. So DBW does get forced. So that takes a really bad situation and, you know, just drops the really from it.
Cabin was in behind. All he got was a scout, though. Thought it was going to be more Impressive in that. So yeah, looking again, here we are with XE on the offensive. Looking at last. And if they can pull this off, remember it is 4-2 now. If they can take this 5th round, that's going to be it.
Kosa did try to peek in there and got pie heroed. So I would have liked to have seen him try and do something there, because this is a kind of a dire... You don't want to be here as a team with it being match point on your own last and slight uber disadvantage. But,
and XE are building quicker. I mean, I think what you said is right about them knowing that they're up a few. They're building a lot quicker. They're going to have the uber a lot faster, and I don't expect to see them wait. Do we think this isn't going to be as stalemate? I don't think on this last point. I think, like I say, XE wants to seal it. But are we going to see a big headshot, maybe?
Yeah, we do have the sniper v sniper duel, and Pyro gets his one shot.
That's our answer.
Defensive sniper, you've really only got 1 or 2 shots, and I guess there's a back cap, maybe something crazy happening.
Pyro is still trying to pick something out if he can. He's got to look out up above, though. There's soldiers on top. Block doing his best. Block kind of playing his solo demo role a little bit. He's on the left side. He sees sticks. There's a trap there.
Alright, so here's risk zone, because blue really can't use their uber here. I expect to see red most definitely use their uber here.
Block
it's
can't
somewhere.
Come in.
There it goes. So there's the
there
uber. They brought a heavy cheater, pumpkin eater, bringing the fat man to the fight. This uber's gonna be hard. They're gonna manage to cap it, but you can't let that heavy devastate you. But they're gonna get Mangachu and Schnell. So, Confident Carl bringing out that heavy action. Oh, Kosa gonna Pie Hero will meet a cannonball there. So, the advantage now passes to Zero Error, who's got Boink, I think, in. Block's gonna pipe him out, so...
This is a situation again for Erica. She's at 50 HP after she had a soldier come in on her. Finding her near last a lot, low on HP, and in kind of a rough situation, but we saw it pay off last time. We saw BM pull it off. We'll see how they play this time. Looks like their flank control is pretty good, but they've got to worry, obviously, about the left and the right door in second there. In comes XE now, a little bit, trying to test the waters. Getting some sticks down to sort of prevent a push back out. Not running the heavy man anymore. You know, I don't like the heavy at second anyhow. We have a soldier here just waiting. Here, Block spots out the soldier who was on the little crates there, chilling. I don't like heavy at second because it's, you know, you walk around the corner, Marxist, and you get plowed and taken out right away. It's more of a bit more of a situational thing than that. It doesn't work as well on second of Granary.
Yeah, the surprise value is pretty much all that's there. Like, you want to see how the fat man causes them to react.
Yeah.
And in that case, the Blockback folks reacted to it pretty well. They didn't, you know, run up in his face and let him shoot them to the moon or anything crazy like that. The peeking is getting pretty strong here. It looks like they suspect something is behind them, and I guess CJ is out and about somewhere. The push is gonna start. I don't know about an Uber exchange here, but that's what they're moving to do. So we're going to see Zero Error bail, and we've got an even Uber here, and that may be enough to get blue, our friends in blue, but Chingu's going to go down. They had yard, but I don't know about it anymore. They're going to push on to a point where they do not have spawn advantage, so they're gonna push out, I think.
Impressive work here, though. Impressive by BM as they just they've got 3 down, including Erica now, and that's a big pick. It was Boink that picked out Erica with a rocket, and so here comes XE. I was just gonna say, good job by BM, but you can't lose 3 players and do a whole lot. But coming in on DBW is the scout. DBW, she was down to 7 HP, but stays alive. She'll have to go back and get health, but and so now we've got Chingo up on heavy. And we're going to have a defense of this last. They're going to get the respawns as BM. But it's kind of surprising there how quickly the tide can turn.
Yeah, BM was kind of pressed up into a space where they didn't really belong. They didn't have the coverage there, and obviously someone was hiding, which is not unusual with Mangachu. The Uber's going to come in.
Kapow,
gotta kill that heavy
demo
quickly.
Oof, I don't know about that. Somehow still pulling it off, and Red swarming. If XE get this, that's wow. Oh, saves the cap at last. Boink going down. Kosa's still in. Kosa's down, and DBW, what a defense. by BM. My lord. Marxist, did you catch all that?
Yes, that was solid. Pi Hero managed to survive. Good defense on the backside from our splashed classes. And the story for that there, Getawhale, is the heavy survive. I said when they pushed in, gotta kill the heavy quick. And they didn't kill the heavy very quickly, and it didn't work.
They took in, I mean, they flashed it off to the scout for too long, which in many situations in sixes, it works great, it works amazing, but not when you need the heavy down. And yeah, you nailed it. So heavy's gone. We have one sniper. It's Pi Hero. He's on blue and he's on BM, and so we have that defensive sniper again. And Pi Hero, I think, has been the standout sniper in this match. Really, we've seen him on last a few times, but Pi Hero may be picking out a few more important picks. Cabin's upstairs. Cabin, we mentioned, fantastic roamer. He had the most roamer frags in IM this season, and he's just trying to hold down the pipe right now.
Yeah, pretty standard spot for a roamer, but we're gonna lose Mangachu and Kosa.
Oh boy!
And wow, I think crits.
We missed the
didn't
crits.
work at all. Yeah, the
crits warning wasn't announced.
We blew that crits, but it didn't matter. I don't know exactly why Erica popped that Uber there.
We blew it.
I guess adrenaline from the crits, but yeah, we missed it, and Zero Error committed errors.
Hopefully Dashner got it on camera, you know, instead of us two, the stupids. So DB Dubs, she still got her crits creed, but she's got to back up a little bit. She's right now at 65. I got the word that she's actually she lives in Austria, is moving to America soon apparently. So it's not a visit or anything like that. She played there all season long. It's not affecting her at all. She's a seasoned pro. And here they come in with crits. They got a soldier. They got a demo. They're going to hand it off to Kosa. Here goes crits. No picks yet. Oh, they get one pick so far, and that's all I think they're going to get on that crits. It was on block. They've got three players down. They're going to go for it.
Oh, no, it's not going to happen. Mangachu's going to snag the medics, and that will end the game.
So it goes down as a 5-2 for Zero Error Gaming, who pull this off, and they will advance in this lower bracket of the IM playoffs, and they will go on and face Ding Dong Daddy. But that was the match. How did we feel? Let's have a powwow now and let's discuss. Let's write an essay on that match. Certainly a lot of good defenses at last. Even though BM lost the match, they had some good defenses, and I'm thinking mostly of last defenses. Some of it was sniper, some of it was smart positioning and off-classing. What do you think? As we look at the stats here as well.
Yeah,
by the way,
I got those stats.
Yeah, Xe and Ding Dong, that's a match that we are going to be bringing you on eXtelevision, tentatively tomorrow. Not confirmed yet, but should be tomorrow, hopefully.
Have they tentatively asked you to cast that yet?
They have tentatively, and I tentatively am working from 5 to midnight, and so I tentatively, permanently can't do it. Yeah. Wish I could, because we saw a great show here today, but I'm just pulling up the stats here now myself. Tell us, give us insight, sir.
All right, so we'll go to Blockback first, and we'll see the things that happen there. So impressive little tidbits. Erica got 2 kills, so that's nice. But you can tell that positional play was a problem for Blockback, and that was going to be when you said let's write an essay. That was going to be my thesis for my essay.
Yeah.
Was like Blockback had good plays and good movements, but the major problem for Blockback is they would either hang in an area after their welcome was already over, they stayed at the party way too late and everybody got mad, or they would try to force issues that they didn't really have the ability to force anymore. And they had problems with their mids where Erica would die and DBW would not, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of urgency around that. So you see more deaths than Ubers, that, positional problems. We do see Block have a little slow damage for his all-timey. He was actually out-damaged by Mangachu, but it's a low-damage match because there was a lot of stalemates, so it's not casting an aspersion on anyone in particular.
Yeah, the damage for Mangachu, though, some people in chat pointed out, almost 10k damage, which is impressive. He's, man, I say let Mangachu play that pocket roll to the moon, as we've got, I don't know if you're watching the stream, but we've got some shenanigans. We have somebody's father flying around. Yeah, I agree that a big part of this was the medic matchup, and we talked about it off the start. Erica is fantastic, but she is very new. It's her second season of competitive. So certainly when you compare that to DBW, who, I mean, she's been playing since season 6. She's played in Maine. She's been around. You've got to think the experience has something to do with it, and we did see a lot of situations where Erica was caught out, and you know, certainly medics aren't the end-all be-all, but I think that was a factor, and it was a factor that maybe sort of turned some second-point situations into last-point situations that didn't have to be, if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, I mean, the team play style is a little different, but
right.
The thing that impressed me about DBW this match was, I was trying to say it during halftime, but then I got cut off because the match, like, there were games happening. Lately, a lot of medics have been approaching Granary in a really depressing way, where they basically don't even go to mid. And every time I looked at DBW on mid, she was in it. She was like right in the middle of the point, and that made my heart swell with joy.
It grew 3 sizes that day. Yeah, so I mean, overall, you know, and one other thing I noticed actually as well, we talked about some of the players on the BM side who could have been big factors, and I was watching Block a lot. I don't know that Block had the kind of day that he wanted as demo for BM. You know, we talked about the stats and what he did this season, the most damage of any division and all that stuff, top for frags. Not dominant. You know, I mean, look at Boink, for example, or look at some of the players on Xero who had really big nights, and I think that was a big difference as well. Some maybe better individual performances on the side of Xero, and not really. Talked about team style too. They didn't really overextend too much. They played just very smart, and they did their thing. They played that safe style that everyone knows them for.
Yep, and you can see too it benefited their flank quite a bit too, because Boink and our friend in Schnell had a pretty solid game, especially relative to their counterparts in Chingu and Cabin. Cabin, I really felt sorry for a lot of the time, because, you know, as roamer, there's only so much you can do. It doesn't really matter how good you are. Sometimes you just gotta hold that choke, and a bunch of stuff is going to come kill you, and it felt like that happened to Cabin a lot.
I agree with that. That's something I noticed as well, as a matter of fact. Cabin, sometimes when you're playing, say if you're a roamer and you know you're doing all the right things, but sometimes you know, your team might be having a bit of a bad evening, and it's frustrating because you know you're doing the right stuff. But anyhow, Blockback Mountain does unfortunately drop this one to Zero Error Gaming, so the number 2 seed is going to move on. They're going to face Ding Dong Daddy. That is a match that we are hoping to bring to you right here on eXtelevision tomorrow, tentatively. But keep your ear to the ground. Keep an eye on, you know, the TeamFortress.tv. Certainly the event will be listed there once it's confirmed. Won't be me, but I don't know. Maybe you'll be there, Marxist. Are you there, or do you have other things going on?
I have been tentatively asked to cast. I don't know what they've done just with it yet, and who knows? They might move the match as well. So we don't know for certain Z's that it's, but I imagine it may end up being, because these, once you enter the loser's bracket, you're treated to a special kind of hell where you have to play matches like every other day at least.
Right.
Well, so it may be there.
Could be you, and could be some other dudes that we've had casting here, ESEA this season. But we want to thank you all for coming and watching this cast this evening on eXtelevision. Anything else from you, Marxist? Do you have some shouts? Some screams?
No. I'm feeling good, Getawhale.
Well, I have been Getawhale. He has been Marxist. Thanks for joining us this evening on eXtv, and we will see you for the final match in the lower bracket to determine who will go on and face Meat Market, possibly tomorrow. Thanks for viewing. Have a nice night.